Hey guys, welcome back to seminary. We have been gone from each other for a full week, and so let's have a little catch up. So when we talked last Sunday, we talked about the brother of Jared, and they built barges, but they needed light. And so the brother of Jared went to the Lord to ask for a way to have light, right? And he says, "Here are my rocks, Lord. That's all I got. I got some rocks. I worked really hard on these rocks, and I just need you to help me." Right? And so we learn that no matter what we bring to the Lord, he can make amazing things out of it, right? Okay, so we're going to continue on. This is kind of an aside now. So remember I told you in the Book of Mormon, a lot of times we have the story and it's like, okay, hold that thought. I want to tell you my thoughts about the story. And then we pick up and we continue with the story. Okay, we're in one of those pausing times. Okay, we're going to do chapters 4 and 5 today. And 4, it starts out, "And the Lord commanded the brother Jared to go down out of the mount from the presence of the Lord and write the things which he had seen. And they were forbidden to come unto the children of men until that he should be lifted up upon the cross." Okay, so you remember we heard about the story. We followed the story of the Lamanites and the Nephites, right? And now we're done with that story, and we went back in time to the Jaredites, right? The Jaredites were in the Tower of Babel back in biblical times. Okay. So we went back in time here, and he says that his message, the things which he did write, they were forbidden to come unto the children of men until after he should be lifted upon the cross. For this cause did King Mosiah keep them, that they should not come unto the world until after Christ should show himself unto his people. Okay, and so now Moroni is telling us about these records, okay? And he says in verse 4, "Behold, I have written upon these plates the very things which the brother of Jared saw. And there never were greater things made manifest than those which were made manifest unto the brother of Jared." So, if you look at all the prophets, there have been some amazing, amazing, amazing things made and seen and visions. And it says nothing has been greater than those things made manifest to the brother of Jared. So, remember guys, we still don't know his name at this point, right? And as Joseph Smith is translating these. We didn't find out until modern revelation what his name is. This man with amazing faith, and all he is the brother of Jared. We don't know his name. So, I love this story. It's so fun to me. So, nothing greater than was made manifest unto the brother Jared. Okay. It says, "Wherefore," this is Moroni talking, "wherefore the Lord has commanded me to write them, and I have written them, and he commanded me that I should seal them up. And he also commanded that I should seal up the interpretation thereof. Wherefore I have sealed up the interpreters according to the commandment of the Lord." So, if you remember, when Joseph Smith found the Book of Mormon and he started translating, the Lord only allowed him to translate a part of it. Okay? So, what the brother of Jared saw and what Moroni saw, was able to read, is part of that sealed portion. We don't have it yet. Okay? When Joseph Smith translated the Book of Mormon, he did not translate all of it. He translated a part of it. And then the Lord took the plates back. So we don't even have the plates anymore. So it's not like we could go and find them and be like, let's just see if we can figure out, right? Nope. Can't find it. So the Lord sealed that up, and we'll find out later what was said in that. So let's find out about what we have to do to find out what that information is. Okay. "For the Lord said unto me, They shall not go forth unto the Gentiles until the day that they shall repent of their iniquity and become clean before the Lord." So the Lord is not allowing us to have these parts yet because we're not ready. You wouldn't give a baby a glass vase and tell him to walk around on a tile floor and just hope for the best, right? Or something very delicate and hope that they didn't get messed up. So it's kind of the same way the Lord treats us. He doesn't give us the information and the knowledge until we're ready to handle it, until we can be prepared for that knowledge. Okay, in that day that they shall exercise faith in me, saith the Lord, even as the brother of Jared. So we will get these messages when we can have faith as the brother of Jared. That's a lot of faith. We're not there yet. We don't have the messages yet. Okay, and then it goes on and he says, talks about he that will contend against the word of the Lord. This is verse 8. Okay, and so it says, and he that will contend against the word of the Lord, let him be accursed. And he that shall deny these things, let him be accursed. Okay, so question number 1. Remember, I'm going to put it in the description. What does it mean when it says contend against the word of the Lord? How do we contend against the word of the Lord? Okay, that's your first question. Okay, and so Moroni is quoting Christ here, and he says, at my command the heavens are opened and shut, and at my word the earth shall shake, and at my command the inhabitants thereof shall pass away, even so as by fire. Okay, and so he keeps going on. And so we go change a little bit directions here in verse 11. And he that believeth these things which I have spoken, him will I visit with the manifestations of my spirit, and he shall know and bear record. For because of my spirit, he shall know that these things are true. Okay, this is something that missionaries often challenge people that are investigating the church. Read the Book of Mormon, pray about it, and then decide for yourself whether it's true. The Spirit will tell you whether it is true or not. Okay? So, I want you to think for a second about curtains on a window. Okay? And think about what you can see and can't see when you look out a window with curtains there. Think about if curtains are closed totally, or if they're open just a little bit, or, however they may be. Okay. So it changes how much you can see, right? So I want you to think about that. Use that same analogy as curtains on a window. And we have the same kind of curtains over our eyes as far as what we can see of the Lord and of his plan, right? We don't know. When we come to earth, that veil is closed, and we no longer have that ability to see and speak with the Lord openly, like we did in heaven, right? Like we did in the pre-existence. And so in verse 15, it says, when ye shall rend that veil of unbelief. Okay, so if you're struggling and you're not believing, how do you think that veil would play a part? If you look at things, maybe is your vision a little bit different? If you're having doubts, if you're struggling, right? You see things a little bit differently. We all do. It's just how we see life. And it says that when it talks about the veil of unbelief, it talks about it keeps you in wickedness, in hardness of heart, blindness of mind. Okay? And so it says when you can do that, when you can get rid of that veil of unbelief, when you can open your heart and have faith in the Lord, then it says, when ye shall call upon the Father in my name with a broken heart and a contrite spirit. Okay, we know that, right? The Lord wants us to come to him in humility. Okay, then we will have what's left in this revelation. Okay, so now we're going to go to chapter 5. Now we're kind of taking another 90-degree turn, and it's talking about Joseph Smith here. And it says, and now I, Moroni, still Moroni writing, have written the words which were commanded me according to my memory, and I have told you the things which I have sealed up. Therefore, touch them not, in order that ye may translate. So this is a message directly for Joseph Smith as he's translating these. He's saying, I've done what I was supposed to. Don't touch this part that you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to translate it. And it says in verse 3, and unto 3 shall they be shown by the power of God. So it's talking about these sacred plates, right? That Joseph Smith translated, that Moroni is currently writing. So In the mouth of 3 witnesses shall these things be established. This is really cool, guys. So, there were 3 witnesses that actually got to see the plates. And not all of those witnesses stayed true to the church for the rest of their life, which is important to note because I have a quote here by Elder Eyring. It says, the 3 witnesses never denied their testimony of the Book of Mormon. They could not because they knew it was true. They made sacrifices and faced difficulties beyond what most people ever know. Oliver Cowdery gave the same testimony about the divine origin of the Book of Mormon as he lay dying, that they continued to affirm what they saw and heard in that marvelous experience during long periods of estrangement from the church and from Joseph makes their testimony more powerful. So they saw it, they left the church, and it says they were estranged. They were not part of the church anymore. They were not part of Joseph Smith's life. And yet, as they lay dying, they never denied the truthfulness of the plates, that they saw the plates, that they truly existed. That's really cool, guys. And so I feel like it's a really cool thing. We're really lucky to have this little chapter here that was kind of directly for Joseph Smith. There's some messages in here from us, and we can interpret things from it and take away from it. But it was really a message for Joseph Smith as he was translating. And imagine what a relief it must have been that he got to share this beautiful thing with 3 people who he trusted and loved. So I love you guys. Tomorrow we're in Ether 6. Can't wait.